A lot of my students suffer how to take derivative of composite function using the chain rule, but we can take derivative of composite function by following a general strategy. So, I will discuss that here. We know the chain rule is, if you have two functions f of x and g of x, then if y equals to f of g of x, then dy over dx is f prime of g of x times g prime of x. And another form of chain rule is, so another form, dy over dx equals to dy over du times du over dx. Now, we will discuss few examples to clarify that. Suppose we want to take derivative, find dy over dx where number 1 y equals to sine twice x, number 2 y equals to e to the power 3x, and number 3 y equals to square root of x cube minus 3x square plus 1. Now, to solve number 1, so number 1 is y equals to sine twice x. So, here this sine x is called the outer function and this twice x is called the inner function. Similarly, for number 2, this 3x is the inner function and actually negative 3x is the inner function, and e to the power x would be outer function. And for number 3, this part is the inner function and square root of x would be the outer function. So, for number 1, twice x is the inner function. So, let u equals to that inner function twice x. Now, take derivative of u with respect to x. So, it is 2. So, if u equals to twice x, then y becomes sine u, because u equals to twice x. Now, this is function of u. So, take derivative of y with respect to the variable u and it becomes cosine u. Now, if we apply the chain rule, so now we know dy over dx equals to dy over du times du over dx. Now, plug the value of dy over du. So, dy over du is cosine u. So, this is cosine u times du over dx is 2, and since our function is in terms of variable x, so we need to go back to variable x. So, u equals to twice x. So, plug u equals to twice x. So, this is the final answer. dy over dx is 2 cosine x cosine twice x. Now, if we want to solve number 2, then number 2 is y equals to e to the power negative 3x. So, y equals to e to the power negative 3x. So, let u equals to the inner function negative 3x. So, du over dx would be negative 3, and if u is negative 3x, then y becomes e to the power u. So, dy over du would be, so dy over du would be e to the power u. Okay, this is e to the power u. Now, according to the chain rule, du over dx is negative 3 and dy over du is e to the power u. So, plug those value here. So, dy over du is e to the power u times negative 3 and u is e to the power, u is negative 3x.